Good morning, y'all. So it is about 5:30 in the morning, and I'm about a mile and a half into the trail. Yup, a long way to go, but I am loving this. So peaceful and cool out, and the birds are singing and out here guiding me on this beautiful trail. The beginning of many, many, many beautiful views. Oh yeah. All right, so let y'all follow along for a little bit. So many beautiful flowers and vegetation. And this is desert, by the way. A lot of vegetation for desert, huh? All right, see y'all in a little bit. So I wanted to explain on the first video was basically just the trip of getting here. Leaving Spokane, the flight into San Diego. Basically gave all that info for those who might want to do this trail in the future. Kind of a way of knowing how to get to where the start is, because I know that could be kind of a trying thing, trying to figure it all out. So basically that's what that was. I walked, went to the terminus, which is about a half a mile outside of the camp. So I didn't really start hiking till this morning. That's why this is considered day one. Yesterday was day 0, I guess. Day 0.5. This is day 1. So that's why I got up so early. I'll be doing that a lot though, because it's nice and cool, being in the desert. Good way to get these miles in. I'm just loving this, man. Such beautiful views, but not even to the big elevation yet. I think I'm about 3,000 right now. And I slept like a baby last night too, which is weird because I don't sleep very well. But the last couple days of getting ready to make this journey, I didn't sleep well at all. So I was definitely deficient in sleep. So it was nice to get some sleep. When I was up at 3:30, I was raring to go. All right. So I'll talk to y'all later. So I'm not exactly sure where, but if you look over there, and I hope, let me make sure I have this camera set so you can see it, like all through there, comes down and up at the top of that hill right there. Let me zoom in a little bit. You can see that big fence. That's the border fence. On the other side of that is Mexico. That's where I started this morning. So I've came that far already. I think it's about 6:15 right now in the morning. Making good time. Nice and cool out here. Probably about 60, 65 degrees. Feeling great. But I'm not sure exactly where along that fence the terminus is. I can't tell from here. But I believe it's in that vicinity. And or maybe it's over here a little bit. But yep, that's where I started. I think I'm almost there. I'm joking. Many, 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 many miles to go. But look at this. I love desert hiking. It's so beautiful. The rocks, the terrain. Like I've told you many times, I like wherever I am the most. But right now, that would be here. And it's beautiful. All right, I'll see you all in a bit. All right, so here is my first water source, about 4.5 miles in. So I'm going to go ahead and fill up my water. So I'm ready, because after this I think I have about a 15-mile hike with little to none. So I want to make sure I have at least, at least 4 to 5 liters of water ready, because obviously we're going to get to the hotter part of the day here. Look at this, it's so freaking cool. There's like a cave over here. Nothing in there. Be a nice place for a shelter. Cool down if you need to. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get this water, and we'll carry on. Talk to you all in a bit. Wish I was here when the sun would have been behind that mountain. That would have been awesome. About 6 miles in, I just took a little break. I was feeling a little hot after the water fill up at the water source. Definitely the pack is a bit heavier, but need a little nutrition in me, so had a little break. Not much elevation, but definitely a lot of scrambling over rocks. Just level 2, not too bad. I think it would be level 2. As you can see here, nothing too shady. Just takes a little bit more work, but not big. Not like there's any major elevation on it yet. So, not really sure what time it is. Might be getting close to like 7:30 or 8. Actually, yeah, probably close to 7. Definitely getting warmer, probably 70 degrees. But just going to keep putting one foot in front of another. Look at that rock, that's awesome. Alrighty, talk to you all in a bit. Alright, taking a little break here right now. Sitting in the shade on some rocks. That pack is heavy. A lot of water in there. I think I got about 14 more miles to go today. At least that's the goal. I mean, I'm not going to push myself to get there. If I can't get there today to Lake Moreno, then I will set up camp before then. No rules to follow, except being safe and enjoying the ride. Right now I'm enjoying these cool rocks. Getting some shade before that sun is up in the middle of the sky. Cooling down a little bit and getting back on the trail. All right. Oh, so I should tell you, those who don't know, when you're out here, most people get a trail name based on a story or something that happens on the trail. Before I got out here, I told a story that happened right before I came out here. I told this on the Facebook group for the PCT class of this year. Basically, the story in a nutshell was eating dinner at an Asian restaurant with a friend, and was talking, was asking, well, how are you doing? You ready to go out and do the PCT? And I said, yeah, I'm ready. I've been training a lot. Not gonna lie, I'm a little scared though. Never know what's out there, and obviously I'm venturing 2,600 miles. You know, a lot of things could go wrong. So obviously, you know, there's a little fear there. So I'm gonna push through it no matter what. At least that's the plan. But anyway, you know, a friend said, yeah, you can do it, blah, blah, blah. So I don't believe in really astrology or fortune cookies or anything like that, but I opened up the fortune cookie at the end of the dinner, like 10 minutes later, and I carry it with me now because it said, fear not, or throw fear aside, trust in yourself. I'm like, oh my goodness, it almost took the words right out of my mouth of what I just said and gave me the positive spin on it. So, yeah, like I said, told that story on, sorry about my hand there. I told that story to the group, and immediately a couple people said, yeah, your name is Fortune. That's your trail name is Fortune. So I'm owning it. So out here on the trail, I'm going by Fortune. So Phil is no longer. It is now Fortune. But I get a kick out of knowing that story. Those who don't know, that's kind of how it works on the trail, I guess. Take it that trail name, and if you want it, you own it. And there it is. So gotta take about 5 more minutes here and get back on the trail. See you all out there. Alright, so right here. Oh my goodness, right there's his snake hole. Yeah. I didn't see him, he's in those bushes, and started rattling. You can hear it. I think he's up in that tree there, or where that tree is. Yeah, good thing I heard that, because he was just a little off the edge of the trail. But he was coiled up quick. I went to step back because it startled me. I tripped over a rock. I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. Fall down right in front of the snake and he gets pissed and bites me. That would be not a way to end this trail. But no, it was all good. Rattlesnakes are nice because they give you that warning, like, hey buddy, you're in my spot. All right, so there's one rattlesnake down. About 7-8 miles into the trail. I'm sure many more to come. Alrighty, see y'all in a bit. Found a little shade under this tree. Wish the flies would leave me alone. It's like nothing but desert. In the desert, imagine that. Not much. Got shade, but I need some shade. Whew. I think I've been about 9.5 miles today so far, but it's getting to the hotter part of the day. But more importantly, about a mile ago, I got sick, so to speak. Real sick. Yeah, I think I threw up water from yesterday. That's never a good thing when you're in the desert and you are trying to hold on to the water you have until your next water source. I'm not heat exhausted, I don't believe. Don't have any other symptoms. I'm not weak or anything. And to be honest, after I threw up, I felt a lot better. A little worrisome though, because giving away that, throwing up that water, so then you get dehydrated and you have to drink more water. So I'll try to take a little rest here under the shade and hopefully be able to go on, and maybe when it's a little cooler, or at least when I get some strength back, maybe get a little snack or something. But hopefully that sun's going that way. So this tree keeps me blocked for a minute. Small tree. All right, I'm gonna take some rest time, and I'll see y'all in a little bit. Bye. I had to push it. I just keep vomiting for miles, and I was able to finally get to this. So hope everything comes out okay. So to give a little update on what happened, so probably about 4.5, 5 miles in, I started feeling really nauseous. It just kept getting worse and worse, and then I ended up starting to vomit. At this point, I had 3.5 to 4 liters of water with me. It wasn't even an issue. But after I threw up, I felt a lot better, so I thought, okay, it must have just been something I ate. So I continued on. We got a couple miles further, and all of a sudden it hit me again, and we're talking it's a very forceful, violent vomiting. I mean, so much was coming up. It's just like more than what I was even drinking. So basically, everything I was drinking was getting thrown up, plus some. But at this point, I was in a situation where I was halfway between where I could go back to a water spot, or go forward to a water spot that may or may not be dry. So I was kind of in a pickle, and I just kept getting worse. And then all of a sudden, I'm down to a point where, well, I had about, what was it, a little over 4 miles that I could get to an emergency beacon, which would have been a couple miles before the water, if it was there. So I did that. Unfortunately, I had a half a liter of water left, and that's not enough for those who know hiking. It's not enough, especially in the heat of the desert. So I continued on. The other issue was that I kept having to stop, and I was getting sick, and I wanted to stop and get in some shade because this was all of a sudden the hottest part of the day. But then you have the dilemma of, okay, if I stop, I'm going to end up drinking, but I still have to walk those miles. So I would stop for maybe 2-3 minutes, because it was a real dilemma. It was really hard to make this decision of what I needed to do. And I don't think it was helping that, obviously the water situation, me throwing everything up, I was very dehydrated. It was just getting worse and worse. And it didn't help that. I don't think. I started probably getting a little confusion set in where I just wasn't thinking straight. But I continued on very slowly, but I was getting there. And it just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse. About 1.5 miles out from the beacon, I ended up dropping my backpack. I couldn't even carry it anymore. I could barely walk myself. And I had about this much in the bottle of my water bottle to make it that last 1.5 miles. And unfortunately, everything I drank, I threw up. But I had to drink something to throw up. And sorry, I keep saying the word throw up. But anyway, I finally did make it. It was a walk of hell, pushed the beacon. I didn't see anybody for a couple hours, and it was getting critical. I was very weak, and yeah, it was not good. The border officer that ended up coming to rescue me was he was quite concerned. Obviously, he's not a paramedic or anything, but he was quite concerned. He said that I looked really bad, and he just kept saying, "Don't fall asleep, don't fall asleep, don't fall asleep." I don't know why he was saying that, but I guess he was afraid that if I fell asleep, I wouldn't wake up. Anyway, firefighters came, got me, took me to the hospital. It was just a stomach bug, man. Just a stomach bug that just made me keep vomiting very harshly. And they put 4 of those bags of IV in me, gave me medicine for my stomach, some anti-vomiting pills as well, and ran all kinds of tests. I'm much better now. I plan on going back on the trail tomorrow. And just today I'm resting up, getting all kinds of fluid in me, getting my body back to where it should be. But I wanted to let you in on that. Sorry, that was a long-winded story, but it was really, at the end of the day, a perfect storm. It was a situation that you can't really plan for. I mean, you can't carry 10 liters of water with you, 20 liters of water. I was carrying plenty of water, but I kept throwing up everything I drank, which just kept making me more dehydrated. So some things just happen, and it gives you a real respect and a real gratification for people and what they do, and the border officer and the fire, the paramedics, the nurses, all of the trail angels on the PCT, and all the help they did in trying to track me down and find me, and respect. Thank you all very much. And we're going to be back on that PCT because, as somebody said, we do hard things out here. We just keep going. All right. See y'all later.